Hey, I know I was away for a couple weeks and I was debating on whether or not when I came back if I was just gonna release videos as normal or if I was gonna talk about what had been going on. And to be honest, I just kind of still don't know if I even want to publish this video. Um, Earlier this month, I had mentioned that I was going to be away for a bit, and then I came back very briefly and then was away yet again. And I was debating the first time if I would share, but I now that everything's kind of come to a head, I've kind of still at a loss of what to do. So probably within this past month, I've honestly probably had the worst experience of my life. Um, so on March 7th, I lost essentially my brother in all but blood to leukemia. And when I was away the first time, I got a message that things kind of were getting bad. And so I quickly went over to the hospital and was spending time with the family. And after I was there, when I came back that time, things were like on the up. It seemed very positive. We were optimistically cautious. And then when I mentioned yet again when I left, is we got the news that he didn't make it. Um, so for some background, I grew up in like a pretty small town, mostly trees around, and I met my childhood friend Kelly of now 20 years. I believe it's been like 20 years. So since it's been like over 20 years now, not only did I become friends with Kelly, but I grew to know her sisters and brothers, and that that line between you know friend or acquaintance kind of blurred, and they just became essentially my second family. So essentially, my childhood was hanging out with not only my friend Kelly but her sister Nikki and brother Ryan. They have been a constant in the majority of my life thus far. So even when I lived in Japan for a couple years, I'd still come back during the holidays and I'd pop over kind of like as a surprise visit, um, and just like kind of show up and be like, I'm here. um, and no matter how long apart we were, whether it was when I went off to school or was living in Japan, um, whenever we met up again, it was like we just saw each other the other day. So Ryan was diagnosed back in December 2022 with AML, which is acute myeloid leukemia. And for those of you who don't know, because I know I didn't until this, there are like four types of leukemia. And this particular one, it basically is a cancer of the blood and marrow. And the acute just means it progresses very quickly. He fought a very hard battle and he was able to kick its ass in remission for 6 months. Regrets are always going to be there in life. They're an unavoidable part of reality, unfortunately. But but even though I can't change how things went, I will always cherish the time I got to spend together with him. Ryan was a major movie buff. I think many times I went over their house. It would be like 11, 12 a.m. rolling up, coming in like, let's watch a movie. And, it was always good movie choices. I'm still traumatized after watching Hereditary. That will live in my head all the time. Um, Recently, I've been getting into board games, and usually the issue I have with them is trying to find enough people to play. And I knew without fail, anytime I went over, I would always have at least four people to play. Even my last birthday, we all went to a board game cafe and we're just kind of playing silly party games. Still don't know what half of them were, but we had a good time. And you know, I was always trying to find like different games or things that we could do. And I also introduced them to those Jackbox party games. I think we went through packs 1 through 9, and we had plans to get to the 10th one. Um, and we'd play. We'd fail at the trivia games together. We had a nice even split for those team games as well. So they were always a lot of fun. I don't know when I'll be able to play Jackbox Party and watch another movie with them again, or when I'll have enough courage to bring over another board game. You know, losing Ryan, um, left a hole that will be impossible to fill. But I thought maybe sharing his story will almost, keep his spirit alive essentially. There's a lot, I can say. There's so much that this family in particular means to me, and I don't know if I could would be even be able to articulate it in enough words or in any words for that matter. Um If you'd like to help out the family during this awful time, I posted a link to the GoFundMe in the description below. But please do not feel obligated. It's a hard time for everyone right now, and honestly, just sharing the story is more than enough. Things sometimes don't make sense, and you can't always find a reason, but thank you all for being here and listening. Your support means everything.